Boy, he's sleeping on the job again.
Oh, yeah, he's sleeping a lot.
It's a little disturbing how much... He gets more sleep than I do.
I actually kind of admire it.
Yeah.
Really. I wish I could just, like that, just fall asleep.
Like, honestly.
That'd be like the dream.
Oh,
just
God.
Give me, like, just get a hammer, just knock me on the back of the head. Just let me sleep a little bit. I love that.
Man. All right.
Welcome back.
Mario, we gotta
go.
We gotta go. We got stars to get. No, that's not where you need to go.
That's not a star. You're going to see stars.
Yeah.
Back to Tall Mountain.
Oh, it kind of reminded me of a game since you just said Seeing Stars. Did you play Sea of Stars?
I played a little bit of it. I had it downloaded because a friend of mine had recommended it because it's like a hybrid of like Paper Mario and stuff like that. It's got like that kind of mechanics, but it's cool. It looks neat.
Chrono Trigger kind of stuff. Yeah.
And I really do want to sit down and play it one of these days.
Heard nothing but great things about it, so one of these days I'll definitely play it as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely is a nice little throwback to some of the classics. So breathtaking view from the bridge.
Breathtaking. Oh, this is the star that's on the side of the mountain that we're talking about.
Oh yeah.
The earlier one.
Yeah. But that's a nice segue into the main topic, because there was a certain man that endorsed that game very heavily because he was friends.
He in the game? Is he?
Yes, you are correct.
I remember hearing that the Gerard the Finishist is in that thing.
The finishes.
That was a like a bit that he had going on for a while. Was like I was like somebody the finishes because he was the completionist. I don't know. Go continue.
No, you're good. It's just funny.
It just makes me laugh.
It also is like it just also sounds like somebody's like knockoff of Gerard the completionist. It would be like Jerome the finishist or something like that. Yeah. It's just like I love Walmart version of this.
I love that. I would love, cause it reminds me of the angry video game nerd area where there's copycats.
Oh yeah.
You get like somebody angry, like nerd something. So I like the idea that the copycat community is coming back.
Of course. Well, of course. I don't think the copycat community will ever leave.
No.
But yeah, interesting.
Anyways.
But yeah, completionist has been in the news. Making the rounds, if you will.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately as well. Due to some shenanigans, apparently, that have been going on with his open hand charity.
Yes.
Open...
Is
that what it's called?
That is Open Hand Charity. It's the...
Open Hand Foundation?
I think it is Open Hand Foundation. It's the one that he started with his parents.
Yeah.
Or
his dad, brother.
Yeah, his dad, brother.
And there has been allegations of charity fraud.
Yeah.
That was being the main one, but also I'm really glad you made that jump on first try. Well done.
Thank you.
Well done. Embezzlement has been also.
There's been a lot of things that have been thrown around.
Another thing as well, tax fraud, probably tax evasion, something like that.
Whatever, like evasion thing that's been thrown around.
Something or other.
You give the internet an inch, then they're going to start going nuts. But at some point, it's going to be like, Gerard murdered somebody. And it's like, okay.
Yeah. So, I guess to kind of give a recap, in case you don't know what's going on. So, from the way I understand it, Carl Jobst.
Yes.
Probably butchering that name.
No, I think that's probably about right.
And Mudahar, who's from Some Ordinary Gamers, somehow worked together on an investigation into the Open Hand Foundation of Gerard, the completionist. And based off of because it's a charity, all the tax forms and all that kind of stuff is public. Is completely public.
Yeah.
So you can look it up right now. They had found that out of the, I don't know the exact number right off the top of my head, but it was over $600,000.
Yeah.
that was raised for charity for, I believe it's dementia. Because
his
and
mother...
Alzheimer's because his mom suffered from it.
Yes. Sorry, I had to speak Italian.
Oh, wow. That was incredible. What was that? Oh, my God. You embraced the Mario.
Sorry, I had a mini stroke.
You did. Holy cow. That was incredible.
Turned into like an Eminem like rap drop.
You did. That actually did.
Okay. Oh, sweating bullets over here.
Yeah, you
Continue,
are.
Sorry.
But anyway, getting back. And they, those two, Mudahar and Carl, investigated the completionist on this charity because they noticed that the money hasn't gone anywhere. So they hadn't been donated whatsoever.
For 10 years, it seems.
For, yeah.
Roughly.
I want to say it was like 7. I want to say it was 20. Yeah. Maybe it was like 9. I don't remember. Maybe it's like 2014 when they started the thing.
Probably. That sounds about right. That timeline probably makes sense.
I don't have all the facts right in front of me, so this is just...
Off the dome.
Yeah, right off the dome here. And they had basically figured out, or not necessarily figured out, but they claim, based off of the tax records and everything like that, that based off the fact that he hadn't donated the money, whatever, there's... they screamed allegations of charity fraud.
Yes.
Embezzlement.
I don't know if it's necessarily embezzlement that was the thing. I think it was charity fraud was the big
mainly
one.
Charity fraud, but there were other things that were said.
Yeah. Yeah, there are definitely people
like
saying it, but I don't know if that was the case that they were making that. Maybe it started from that place, but I don't think that's the case they're making now.
Yeah, the main point is the charity fraud stuff.
Yes, that is the big one.
And then it got even deeper into...
oh, so close.
Way to go.
Thank you.
Way to go.
I touched it, at least. Hey.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure. Sure. A lot of people have said that, too. I at least touched it.
I touched it.
And so, because of these investigations and stuff, a lot of division, if you will, has been a Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter is not a great place for communication like this.
Yeah. And
as has been proven time after time.
Everybody's in their camps.
Yes.
No, well, these two have to be right, and no, this is completionist. And then eventually, after a couple weeks went by, which I think honestly at the end of the day was the smart move by Gerard to wait and like collect his arguments and like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And there's no reason it'd be dumb in my opinion if he would have been like next day, oh, I have my response.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna go like off the top of my head. He came out with a response, basically citing different things that they, both Mudahar and Carl had said.
Yes.
And responding to those allegations, saying that basically he has done nothing wrong over this time, other than he did deeply apologize for not donating the money sooner. Mm-hmm. Which I mean, like, damage had been done at that point.
Yeah.
Since he didn't donate the money, but the money did get donated.
Did it actually get?
Yes.
Okay, they did do that.
It's officially donated.
Okay,
yes,
that's good.
When he made that response, it was officially donated at the time. They did find a proper donor for that kind of research.
Good.
So it is donated.
Cool.
But during that response as well, because of some of the other allegations that were made and stuff outside of the charity fraud, even though he disputes that as well.
Yes.
Which the big thing is just with the laws, the way they are. I don't know if there is any charity fraud either, but he also, I don't know if this was the smartest move in his response to like basically say that he's getting his lawyers ready to essentially sue Mudahar and Carl.
Yes, which is unfortunate because Carl is still in the middle of a lawsuit between him and who's the Donkey Kong speedrunner guy that's really good. He's like an infamous.
Oh, really? I didn't even know that.
What the fuck is his name? Why am I blanking on this? I used to know it pretty well.
Okay. He's looking it up. But anyway, while he's looking it up, yeah, Gerard.
Billy Mitchell.
Who?
Billy Mitchell.
Billy Mitchell.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. He made Billy Mitchell is like a notorious douchebag.
Okay. Fair.
Which I'm going to probably say that it's deserved in a lot of ways. Where he's been kind of riding that fame of like his early Donkey Kong days of being like the quote unquote best Donkey Kong player, but he's been caught multiple times like cheating and like using
one of those
hacks
guys.
and stuff.
Okay.
So his like fame is built on lies, essentially.
Okay, I see.
And he's been caught out, and Carl like did a video where he covered it, and Billy got upset because of jokes and that stuff, and sued him a couple times. So he's still in the middle of that.
Okay.
So it's just another thing that he has to deal with.
I see. So
I don't know if the situation is nearly as ugly as the Billy Mitchell one is, but who knows? We'll see
who
where
knows?
it goes.
But all I know is so Gerard's threatening legal action against both of them for some of the allegations that were made. Well, probably all of them, to be honest with you. But I guess so. When it comes to the other two, like I've been a completionist watcher for a few years now. I guess I would say. I wouldn't say since the beginning. So
I watched I don't know if I watched at the beginning, but it was pretty damn close. Yeah, it was like one of his. I think I probably started watching when he was on like episode 10 or something like that.
Okay. But I don't know. I don't know nothing about the other two.
Mutahar, I'm not super. Mutahar, I'm not super familiar with. Carl Jopes, I'm only familiar because of the Billy Mitchell stuff.
Okay,
but that's just because I was familiar with Billy Mitchell and like I love
Kong stuff.
There's the movie King of Kong. It's the famous like video game like movie where it focused on Billy Mitchell and all that stuff. Great movie. Yeah, so I was already familiar with him and like his background scene, and he was like one of those infamous like arcade like people. Okay. He was like the first guy that like finished Pac-Man, like got to the kill streak.
I see.
Got it done. So like he was already like infamous, but the Donkey Kong one was like another one where he tried to have it all.
I see.
And just lied.
Okay. Interesting.
So I already hated him like way before the Carl Job stuff happened. So like him doing a video was like, finally they got that motherfucker.
Yeah, right.
So anyways, continue.
But yeah, no, it's like I'm not too familiar on like who Carl and Mutahar from basically on the context from what I've looked up from the two of them. Mutahar seems to just do thought pieces, I guess, on like games and YouTubers and influencers and stuff.
That's about right.
I haven't seen like maybe he plays games actually for like stream and stuff, but I haven't seen it.
I don't follow his stuff very often.
Yeah,
but
I don't know anything about him.
I do see that. I'm trying to find this fucking cannon. I have no idea where it is. Blast to the Lonely Mountain. The Lonely Mountain is the thing on the right side, but like aside from the long jumps, I don't know how to get over there.
And then Carl, I didn't even. And then I looked up his stuff, and from what I can tell, it looks like he was just like a Mario speedrunner. From what I could tell, I didn't really see any videos that, other than the completionist stuff and the Billy stuff, that said anything about like him being really an investigative guy. So
not particularly. No, I wouldn't even say that Mutahar necessarily was, but they just kind of like. I don't think he really. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong on this, but I don't think that Carl Jobs really got into this until he started digging down the rabbit hole of Billy Mitchell stuff. Yeah, because he used to focus on like speedrunners. And covering like speedrunner like lives and stuff. So like, it makes sense that he went from that to covering Billy Mitchell because that's in his realm. Right. And I guess the Gerard stuff is too, to some extent, even though it's not about video games. Yeah. Aside of like.
Yeah, I guess that's the big. That's kind of the big thing. That's the most interesting thing that's coming out of this, at least to me, just from like the outsider looking in. Because once again, I'm definitely not going to be the guy here that's gonna pick a side or the other. I'm just gonna kind of see where everything falls at the end here and stuff, and the truth comes out eventually. So, but the biggest thing, my biggest question throughout all of this was why they started investigating this specifically in the first place. And that's the only thing I personally haven't really gotten the answer to. Now, I know that recently Mudahar had released the 45-minute Discord call that they had with Gerard.
Yeah.
About
this happened. This Discord call happened before Gerard made his statement.
Yes.
Essentially. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Way before.
I did listen to the call because I was just curious.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. At least I only heard like snippets of the call. I didn't listen to the full 45 minutes. But
I mean, if you care enough, which I mean, frankly, I didn't really want to listen to it. It was just one of those things where I'm like, I'm already down this rabbit hole now. I might as well keep going.
Why not? Yeah.
So like, you should, if you really care about this, and if you're, it's better that you hear this from the horse's mouth instead of just relying on me saying this. But,
absolutely.
But I mean, the call essentially was, they wanted to hear it straight from him, like hear his side of the story before, like he put out the statement, just because Gerard felt like he had to defend himself and wanted to talk to them about it.
Yes.
And Gerard's stance was essentially like, okay, like regardless of if I'm proven guilty, if I'm proven wrong, like my name is going to be tarnished. Like, people are going to eviscerate me, and like, I just need to know, like, are you guys going to continue to go forward with this one? Like, do I have like time to like talk to my team and just get like my house in order before like you do this earth-shattering thing that could potentially like, he made the case. He's like, I got like 20 employees and stuff, like people that are dependent on like this job, that I have to look out for. So like, I need to know like when this is going to happen so I can prepare them.
Nice.
And the call was essentially like him like sharing his side of the story. They asked him some like questions about like the foundation, how it works, who runs it, who doesn't run it, like why it went gone, why the money wasn't touched for X amount of years. And he shared his side of the case and stuff. Like, it sounds like the way Gerard tried to phrased it was mostly the foundation is not something that he necessarily runs himself, but his family does.
Yeah. It sounds like it's more of a family thing than him, because he's got enough stuff going on.
So he gave like his answers to stuff. I think in the end, like the tenor of that call was, it seems like they wanted to continue to do like their information pieces on it. Gerard was like, okay, like, fair. Like he's like, a lot of people are doing this, and I think this is kind of like a bullshit thing to do, where some people listen to a certain thing he said, like, I don't want to make it come off and seem like, hey, do it, you guys like want money or something like that to make it go away. He kind of said something, which, I mean, Gerard's not a PR guy.
No,
like he doesn't know how to like handle that stuff.
Absolutely not.
Like, and he probably shouldn't. He probably should have dealt with his lawyers to handle this stuff instead of him. But I get it. But he started saying statements and stuff like, I think what his intentions was to say like, hey, I don't want to make it seem like this, but the way he phrased it kind of like, some people took that and said, oh, he wants money to make this go away. I'm like, no, you have to listen to what he said. He's saying like he doesn't want to come across as that, but he's also just trying to make the case of like, look, if you're going to do this, like, I need you guys to know what's going to happen, which kind of turns into a sob story at some point. There is like a lot of risk with that going out, and I think he recognizes that.
Well, I mean, I think, like he had said too, I mean, based off what you're telling me as well, it's not just him that's impacted by it. It's also, 19, 20 other employees that have no business with the foundation whatsoever.
Yes.
It's also, it's not even just that. It's the people that have like been a part of his Indieland streams and done the charity stuff. It's been promoters and like that kind of stuff. And those people are now, so it's not just the completionists they're tarnishing by putting that out. It's also, I mean, it even goes as deep as Jamie Lee Curtis, because she was on one of his Indieland stream things.
That's right, man.
So like, to other, other businesses and like all that kind of stuff too. So it's like there's layers to it. So I get where he's coming from, but I mean, it's you should have just donated the money.
Yeah, I think the one thing,
and that's his biggest thing.
It is
apologize for.
And I think if any journalist worth their salt will know that like you have to you can't you have to report it. Like it is something. They're not journalists, and I think like that's the one weird thing is like they by no means do I think that they are like reputable journalists that are handling this correctly.
Right. Exactly.
And just not at all. Like in terms of like ethics and journalism, like it's just not how they've gone about it is not how you should do this.
Yeah, it's just very like I mean, all sides, to be honest with you. It's just it's weird.
It's been poorly handled across the board.
I think the way it comes, at least it comes off to me, is that YouTubers going after YouTubers.
Yes.
And I think that's the shame of it. Like, it would feel different if it was like, I don't know, a newspaper or something like that. That's like Gerard the Completionist, you know?
Yeah, and I'm not gonna say that like people that do like print and stuff necessarily get it right every time.
No, yeah, not at all.
But you know, there's.
But it just feels different.
Yes. There's like, you know, citing your sources and like going to like experts that know their shit about law and stuff. And for like, I don't know what their like familiarity is with this stuff, but like that's the one thing is like. It's knowing that they know what they're talking about and they're handling things like correctly is the thing that's the most important, because it's a very delicate matter. Like
yes, it is. Anything
involving money is always going to be like awkward and weird to deal with. So to some extent, you can really fuck that up, and that's how you get to see people being lazy and just want to say like Gerard is embezzling money, which is reductive and
it's not.
Colors things in a weird way.
Which there's no. Absolutely no way that the only thing that I think he may be guilty of is the charity fraud stuff. But once again, I don't know the laws around, because charities get weird. It's like churches. It's like church laws and stuff like that. It's like there's like some weird gray areas you can get into with charities and churches where like you would think that it works this way, but because there are these types of things, there are weird loopholes that don't apply, or it's just there's a lot of legal jargon that I'm not going to care to listen to.
Yeah, I don't know enough about that stuff to talk about it confidently. Is the thing.
Exactly.
But also, I mean, at the end of the day, like at least the money was donated. I think at worst you can say that. There's like a matter of like honesty and transparency that probably should have been,
and that I think that's more people are hurt from Gerard from the lack of transparency
and how long it's been without being updated.
Exactly, I think that's more than anything. That's what's hurting him the most.
Yes.
But I mean, unfortunately, the court of public opinion is.
They've already made their decision. It's just another one of those big controversy things where there's a line and people have already picked what side they're going to be on. Yes.
So
I mean, like regardless of like Gerard is absolved of any of his wrongdoings. I mean, like the court of public opinion is like anytime you put yourself under the public eye like that, especially when you get to like how popular he is.
Yes.
The idea of like the idea of being famous and being on that level is everything is under such a microscope.
He was like, no, hell no. You think you're not getting this coin? I'm out of here.
Like the act of like being like some kind of a celebrity. I mean, you're essentially like dousing yourself in like gasoline and trying to avoid giving somebody an opportunity to like strike a match. Yeah. And unfortunately, like Gerard put himself in a situation where he gave him a reason to strike the match.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, when it really comes down to it, at the end of the day, I mean, Gerard doesn't have anybody to blame but himself.
Yeah.
For not,
that's a part of it.
Just, getting the money donated right then and there.
Yeah.
But, it is what it is, and I'll be just interested to see like the actual, because there's clearly legal stuff, and I know a lot of people want an audit to come, and apparently there probably is coming an audit from the IRS and stuff.
Yeah.
I guess my biggest thing, based off of what I've seen the Gerard giving out and stuff, it seems like, at least the way the taxes work and stuff, the way he filed and everything was pretty good.
Yeah.
About
I mean, the money has never moved.
Like, so I'm very interested to see like what even. I feel like, if anything, it's just going to be a legal battle of damages between words said between one another, and I don't feel like they're gonna find like any like wrongdoing. I guess
probably not.
Like in terms of like the actual legal process, and in terms of what people perceive and stuff like that, there's clearly been some.
Yeah, I mean, all that stuff is out. I mean, if you want to dig hard enough, you can find like the receipts for all this stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
To verify what he's saying. Like Gerard has no reason to lie because all that stuff is out there.
Yeah, exactly. But I think, I mean, especially when you're in a business like YouTube and you've broken the trust, the trust line with your consumers, if you will.
Wow.
I'm really surprised that didn't hurt you at all.
Yeah, me too. Got the frame trap.
I guess so.
There's a lot of money that I need to get, and I'm just not.
What about the slide?
Well, the problem with the slide is, maybe, yeah, okay, yeah, let's do that. I just don't know that.
No.
I don't know that I can go back if I get on the slide. Is the thing.
Well, it poops you out at back on the mountain.
Well, it does on the side of the mountain. Well, maybe.
Yeah, you can just jump off.
Yeah, I guess so. I can try that.
But the only problem is if you
have to get this. I have to go back twice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck.
That's the issue that you're running into, is that the star's gonna show up.
There's a cannon.
On the slide.
Shit.
Oh, there was.
Damn it. All right, whatever. Anyways, yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, I mean, people are definitely. Some people are going to be upset. A lot of people are going to be upset about it, and I think they have every right to be. I don't think this necessarily means that his career is done.
I don't see that either. I mean, he has openly said that going forward, because I mean, his specialty has always been like promoting indie games, and he's always been an indie guy, even though he is more infamous from Nintendo, and he loves Nintendo and all that kind of stuff. He really has prided himself on promoting indie stuff, and he said going forward that Indie Land is going to have no association with doing charity stuff anymore.
That's probably the right call.
Yeah, which it is. I think it is.
At this point, there's no reason for him to even...
Because all that's going to do, if you did attach the charity... Oh, shit.
Oh, wait, hold on.
This is going to be rough. Oh, yeah, you could just do that.
Oh, shit. I can't do it when he's on his belly, though. Yeah, it won't do it if he's on the belly. I have to slide on his back. Fuck. Well, maybe I'll start with the slide first.
Yeah, you will start with the slide.
Let's do that.
So that's... Yeah, that'd be good.
Because I don't even know if I can get back, even if I'm on the mountainside. Maybe there's a way. I guess it will just dump me here. Okay, that it could have been worse.
Yeah, that's okay.
I just don't think, even if he's absolved of it, I think, any time he wants to do anything charity related, it's going to be, something that's brought up,
so I think he probably realized that, too, and it was like, nah, okay, we're just gonna scratch the charity stuff then.
Yeah.
Which, I think he can do his own, personal charity stuff if he wants to. What I mean by that is donate his own personal money to charity.
Yes.
And, go about it that way. But raising money for charity at this point is gonna be probably out of the question for him. So.
Yes. I think so, unfortunately.
Which I think is, in a way, that's almost kind of a public opinion, the court of public opinion kind of punishment. It's like, well, now you're not allowed to do charity stuff, which kind of sucks, but at the same time, if you
you can.
Yeah, see, I told you. Once again, I told you.
Listen here, you.
Oh boy, I told you.
Yeah, I told you. I'll cut you.
I'll cut you. But yeah, so I don't know. It's an interesting, and once again, I would hope if anybody's at this point in the video and they're listening to us chat about this, we're not here. We're not experts. We're not here to say one side's wrong, the other one's wrong, the other one's right. It's anything like that. If you really want to know this stuff, go look up the shit.
Yeah, by no means should you listen to this and be like, oh, I don't want to tell you how to think.
Right.
That would be very stupid.
Obviously, if you have any comments on what you guys think of the whole completion stuff, if you've been watching it or anything like that.
Fuck.
Oh boy, 69, baby.
Nice.
God,
this is not worth trying.
Yeah, I don't know why you tried this.
These are worth 2 is the thing.
True, but I don't know. But yeah, just hey, if you have an opinion on it, let us know down below. If not, if you don't even know what we're talking about, let us know what your favorite Mario game is. How about that?
Yeah.
That'd be a nice little thing to have instead. But yeah, so it's a nice thing to kind of discuss, I guess I would say. about kind of how all that stuff's going on and stuff. And it's just, it's an interesting thing. It's just kind of just came out of the blue, and then all of a sudden it's kind of...
Yeah, I think the thing that's like the most surprising and the reason why it's blown up is it's coming from a place from somebody that I don't think anybody expected controversy to come from. Like, absolutely. I haven't followed Gerard in like a long time, at least since like he had to like delete every single video, and there was like weird drama with his old partner and stuff like that.
Oh, right.
It was about the time when I stopped, and he had to like redo all of his like completionist videos.
Yeah.
I hadn't like watched him since then, but I always liked Gerard. I always thought he was fine. I mean, I don't know the guy personally, so I mean, I don't
right,
he
yeah,
could be a dick off camera for all I know. But
yeah, who knows?
I don't know. I don't know. He always seemed like he was an upstanding guy based on things people have said about him.
I mean, he always seemed pretty. I don't know, based on what I'd seen and some of the videos I've watched of him and stuff. I mean, he always seemed like a pretty genuine guy.
Yeah,
and he always just seemed like he's just very happy to be doing what he's doing, playing games. Yeah. Promoting games. Being able to do that is kind of a joy for him. It's kind of what he wanted to do, in some capacity. So yeah, I mean, yeah, it definitely is surprising for this to come out. But yeah, I think at the end of the day, once some finale, if you will, happens, I feel like it's probably gonna be. All parties will be fine. There's not going to be like anybody's career is going to be ruined from it or anything like that. But it's always interesting when you're in the heat of the moment. How many people are like, "Oh, this person's done."
Yeah,
it's like
Again, like the internet's not a good place for these
right.
At least Twitter is not a good place for these types of conversations. So.
No, exactly, and it's I would just. Suggest to everybody to, do your own research. I know everybody hates
or
that
let
term.
professionals do their own research.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just leave it up to the people that actually knows, like, I don't know, the tax codes and what's legal, what's not. Like, I don't know. It's just it was the funny. I think the most funniest thing to me was looking on Twitter about the whole controversy is like how many people all of a sudden became like tax experts.
Yeah,
I was like, you really? Even the people at the IRS hardly know the tax code. To be honest with you, like I don't know if average Joe is going to be able to figure out the tax code.
Yeah,
so.
I don't know about that one, Chief. I don't think so, Tim.
Yeah, I don't think so, Tim. But I'll be interested to see what the conclusion of this whole saga ends up being. So
yeah,
crazy stuff.
It is crazy stuff. Unfortunate.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. But I feel like when it comes to YouTubers, I feel like there's at least a few times a year or whatever, there's like some major YouTuber that's all of a sudden wow,
that worked.
Shit the bed.
Yeah.
Did something wrong, and it's like, oh, we didn't expect that. It was like it was that short week or whatever that Jacksepticeye, he was doing that lie detector test thing, and he said that Mr. Beast like ruined YouTube for everybody.
Oh yeah, and people went crazy.
It went absolutely nuts for a week.
Yeah,
but did that affect like either one of their numbers? No, of course not. No. Are they still making videos? Yeah. Are they still doing their thing? Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
That's just a case of like people taking like a small portion of that and removing the context.
Oh yeah, exactly. I think that's the other part of it too, is there's too many like little snippets of everybody's.
Yes.
Whether it's from Carl or Mudahar or from Gerard, from what they put out and stuff. There's just too many little snippets instead of
people
the full
hear what
videos.
they want to hear. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that's probably the bigger issue, unfortunately. We live in TikTok land now, so everybody has a less than 2-minute attention span. So a 15-minute video on legal jargon, too much.
Oh yeah, yeah. I need to get a pipe so I can change my.
You need a pipe.
I need a pipe. I got a pipe.
Wasn't there
The what?
Is this, first of all, I thought the pipe, oh, there it is. It's
Yeah,
right up there.
that's where I gotta be. I gotta change my size.
And is the game running at like 10 FPS for you right now?
10 FPS? No.
No? Okay. It's just what it looked like to me.
Is it choppy on the computer?
Yeah, a little bit.
That'll be interesting later.
Yeah, hopefully it's not a bad thing for...
Hopefully not. I mean, we can watch it again when this capture is done and double check it, I suppose. But
yeah. I don't know, just like, what the heck? Oh!
It could just be that the computer is processing things and...
Maybe. Yeah, I was doing that too. Here we go! Here we go! Hello. Oh boy.
Okay.
Well, we've had a nice discussion.
Yeah, that was a good conversation.
Yeah, it was a nice conversation. So, once again, putting the disclaimer out there: we are not experts. We are just two people having a nice discussion about
this is still recent
some
for us.
Legal stuff that we know nothing about. So, go watch the videos. Go if you want to know more about it. But how do you feel about the whole mess that Gerard's put himself in? How do you feel about how it's been handled? How do you feel about it in general? Let us know down in the comments below. If you're liking the Mario stuff, if you like these kinds of conversations or whatever, give us a like, subscribe to the channel. Seismic Heroes. We're a couple of good guys. I think
I like to think so. I don't know about you.
I don't know. We're kind of like Mario now. We just, we're crawling around. We're just trying to figure our way out here in this YouTube verse out here. So, we're making our way downtown.
We're crawling our way through.
Yeah, we're crawling our way through. We're just having a couple of boys.
Just a couple of boys.
Just having a good time. If you're having a good time, hang out with us next time